there's always someone coming behind you. Every June in baseball, there was a new MLB draft. So you were the first round pick last year, but guess what? Now you're not. And there's always someone coming. There's always someone coming for your job. There's always, and that's maybe it's a mindset that I work under. Like I'm always going to be staying focused and driven to take one step forward daily. I don't want to be content and live in a space where I'm just content. I want to be better every day. And that's better for us as a team. That's better for myself. That's better for our customers. And I think that, if you find those avenues where you are making those local appearances, you're going to be able to be a part of your community. You're branding your name in a positive light consistently. That is where the focus is and worth it. It's worth the extra muscle to push forward and to try something different that's out of your comfort zone.
This is Small Business Celebration, where we introduce you to successful small business owners at their place of business so that you can learn something that you can use today to grow a strong and profitable business and get your next big breakthrough. Welcome to another fantastic episode here on Small Business Celebration. We're going to be talking about making strategic decisions based on your customers' feedback. We're also going to be talking about your social media and how you can make it engage better with your customers. And to help us with this is Jarrett Martin and Mason Otten, the owners of JM Precision Golf Carts. Welcome to Small Business Celebration.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
And for Visioneers who don't know who are you and what is it that you do?
My name is Mason Otten, and I'm one of the owners here at JM Precision Golf Carts. We are a local, family-owned business.
I'm Jarrett Martin, also a part of this team, JM Precision Golf Carts.
One of the things that's fascinating about these two is sports. Bakersfield is a big sports town. And Mason, what was your background in sports?
I played football all throughout growing up, played in high school, played a couple years at Bakersfield College, and then hung up the cleats at that point.
And Jarrett? What was your background in sports?
I was also in the sports background with baseball, a little bit of football. My career actually took off in the baseball industry, and I played at Bakersfield College for a year, got drafted professionally, and then I played 10 years professional baseball.
For whom did you play?
I got drafted by the Baltimore Orioles, got traded to the Dodgers, played with them, was on their major league roster in 2014, played for the Milwaukee Brewers, the San Francisco Giants, the Oakland Athletics, and then, not Oakland anymore.
Not Oakland.
It's not Oakland anymore. So, yeah, Vegas Athletics.
Right,
but
right.
And then I finished my career in 2019 with the Texas Rangers.
And you were the original founder. How did you get involved in the golf cart business?
Well, it's funny because I wanted a golf cart, and this was during COVID. I think the boom kind of really took off. My wife, we had one child at the time, and everyone was doing it. So I wanted to be a part of the group. They're doing parades, and it's just a kind of a fun family atmosphere, and I couldn't afford to buy one, so I found an old junker at the golf course and I souped it up, tricked it out. That's when my next door neighbor looked at me. He goes, "Dude, can you build me one like that?" I was like, "Sure, that's fun, why not?" And then his buddy wanted one, and then sure enough, we're starting to look for golf carts online that are junkers that we can soup up for other people. And that's how I came across Mason. He was selling a golf cart and found out
Wait, you were building golf carts in your garage too?
I was, yeah.
Wait a minute.
They had no idea, no clue.
Yeah, so we were doing the same thing on a separate scale. I had a paint booth in my garage.
Wow.
My wife probably loves that we have a dealership now, and I don't have to take up half the garage for a paint booth.
She doesn't get to smell paint fumes in the kitchen anymore, huh?
Yeah, no.
Totally.
Yeah.
Straight up.
But now you're doing all kinds of carts. I thought golf carts were, something you just took to the golf course. That's not the case anymore.
It's not. Golf carts have evolved in the last...
They're now street legal.
Street legal.
Oh yeah, full blown.
You can get license plates on your cart. They're registered as LSV, low speed vehicles.
Okay.
So that's
so they
a
don't
caveat.
do 45.
They don't go 45.
They don't go on the freeway. Don't ask me. Can I take it on the freeway?
Yeah,
Sure.
there's caveats
If I had
to
for
a
every time
low
someone
speed
asked me that.
vehicle regulation. You
Right.
have to have certain components.
But your golf cart goes through and it can do off-road vehicle stuff. You can now carry, and it's like a small truck.
Yep.
When we got into this, it was more of like, hey, we just want to have a cool cruiser for our family.
Right.
And then we found out very quickly that it's way more than just your neighborhood vehicle. Like you brand it as like a family ride neighborhood vehicle, but you know, you look at a security guard, you look, the mini storages in town all have one little golf cart with a small utility box for the maintenance guy to run around and do his chores. Yeah.
Right.
You have churches just got a 8-passenger shuttle
Jeez,
on order for one of the churches in town, and it's people movers. It's a vehicle that's a light duty. You're not going to have any types of heavy duty labor on a vehicle. We have those available, but
it's a cheap alternative to moving people, to moving equipment.
Because they come in all kinds of different types. So they're not just alkaline battery anymore. You've got there's a whole bunch of new battery technology out there. There's some that are gasoline powered now.
Gas powered, diesel powered.
Yeah, well, fun fact, California, gas powered is still out there, but now California can no longer sell new. 25 horsepower is regulated by the California Air Resource Board, so we are seeing a much heavier push into the electric.
And in general, what is the charge time on most of these electric batteries?
They're going to be different. I mean, we have 4 different manufacturers that we sell for. You know, we have our Icon electric vehicles, we have Evolution electric vehicles, and then we have our EasyGo and our Cushman. Cushman is solely for commercial use.
And what kinds of vehicles does Cushman make for business owners?
They're going to be more familiar with your utility vehicles. They have the small truck beds, the dump beds. If you're familiar with the Austin Powers, the little flatbed. It's called a burden carrier. So
and they can carry what, 200 pounds?
They can carry up to 4,000 pounds on the deck.
Holy cow!
Yeah, surprise. Those are used often. And
all-wheel drive?
No.
Those are all two-wheel.
Rear wheel drive only.
Okay. So if you've got the farmer, or you've got the business owner that does a lot of stuff in the construction world or in the fields and whatnot, you can get a cart for them that can carry them and a couple employees and 1,000 pounds worth of gear in the back.
That's going to lean more towards like the Cushman hauler, the 4x4 even, the Cushman diesel, which we have.
Which is allowed in California.
Diesel is allowed. That's going to be more your personnel carrier plus the dump feature that's going to hold tools and maybe some dirt, maybe some mulch. If they're going to a job site, throw on some tools, throw in some equipment.
And if you want to, you can also have the cart for the weekend so that you and the kids can go play out in the field.
We just saw a customer of ours at the Famoso drag race back in the March meets, and I saw him cruising around. He purchased a Cushman hauler for his construction company, and then I see him cruising around all the pits with his buddies having a good old time. He's like, hey, it works both ways. So
it does. They're multi-use. You're going to get some fun out of it. You're also going to get some utility out of it. All 4-seaters nowadays, they come with a standard fold-down back seat. So that fold-down flatbed now is going to hold 500 pounds. To where they can throw a hay bale on the back and still go have fun.
Multi-purpose,
multi-purpose.
And if you need a new house to go with that brand new Cushman golf cart that you just bought, might I suggest you reach out to Mike Saba, a Zillow Premier agent with Watson Realty. Born and raised and never left Bakersfield. Give Mike Saba a call at 661-203-8406 or reach him at mikesaba1@icloud.com today. And Visioneers, if you've got a question, you've got a thought, something you'd like to learn about here on Small Business Celebration, reach out to us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, and your question could appear here on Small Business Celebration, just like Jessica, who asked. We are trying to figure out how to make informed strategic decisions based on customer feedback on products we sell. What process do you use to filter that feedback?
As far as listening to the customer, it has to evolve past the listening. It has to have a reaction behind that. If we just sit back and are content with customers saying, hey, I want X, Y, and Z, and we as a company don't evolve to making that X, Y, and Z come to fruition, we've done nothing. And therefore, we've really gone nowhere, sitting in the mud.
How do you take and filter that information from the inevitable advice that's bad advice?
For sure. Customer says, hey, I want this thing to go 50 miles an hour. Well, prime example. Sorry, sir or ma'am, we can't do that. The carts come at a set miles per hour, 25 miles per hour. We have no way of changing that.
Do either of you play golf?
We sure do.
Handicap?
Not great. Working on it.
Do you play till all the golf balls are gone?
No. I don't tend to lose as many balls.
He's getting better.
I'm a 15, okay?
Okay.
For all you critics out there in the comment box,
check it out. SCGA. What's your?
Hold your comments. See me in 6 months.
And do you take his money on the golf course?
I do not, because it's not fair. You know what? I will take his money. Actually, yeah.
It is fair. But, you know,
hey. I can say we're both honest and we both post our scores. So that's a thing where, you know.
And your handicap is?
I am a true scratch golfer. So
he could actually beat you on the course.
He can. So that we actually play that way sometimes.
Yep. Sometimes.
We will play. It depends on the game. We play some. Well, with all the time we have to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's count that. We try to play.
Yes.
We have 3 little ones at home.
Yep.
Both of us. Mine turns 7 next month, but everything's 7 and under at our houses. Yep. So now I'm taking him out. We're trying to play a little bit, but yeah, when you play a little true handicap matchup, it's a close fight.
Yep.
For sure.
Is most of what you sell just right off the lot, right off the truck, or is most of it custom ordered?
50-50. We have a lot in stock. We carry about 50 units on the showroom floor, and those are ready to go.
50 golf carts?
Yes, sir. 50 golf carts.
Holy cow.
Yep.
All different
specs, all different
2-seaters,
needs.
4-seaters, 6-seaters.
So
wow.
Utility.
That customer that walks in says, I want this cart. Can you deliver it today? Yes, sir, we will. He also could say, hey, I want to order a purple 2-seater,
right,
or a purple 6-seater. Well, we don't carry that at all times. No problem. We always have a custom order,
right,
tallying, and we're constantly ordering carts. So
when my wife comes in and she wants a white 4-door golf cart with a sunflower on the bonnet on it, you can get it for her.
So that's our custom side.
Yep.
And that's really where like the JM Precision brand has catapulted. There's been other golf cart dealerships that we have communicated with that they're comfortable selling cart as is, and they're beautiful golf carts. Mm-hmm. We are kind of crazy cowboys, and we're like, how do we put seat heaters in it?
Yep.
How do we put a PA system in it? How do I put a Dukes of Hazzard horn in the dang thing? I mean, we have done
pinstripe and everything.
We built it all. So yeah, that would be our custom side. We walk through that build process, and that's where if you want a sunflower right on the hood, we can do it. If you want a sports team, you know, if you want your favorite color is pink,
right,
and we did a couple checkered wraps. I mean, you name it. Yeah, I mean, golf carts on a general side of it will come stock, mm-hmm, right? And if it's stock in Bakersfield, it's also stock in Denver, Colorado. It's also stock in, you know, San Luis Obispo, California. It's going to be stock. So if there's a particular cart that a customer wants and said, I want a one-of-a-kind build,
right,
we aim to deliver that.
Does a golf cart need to become licensed?
That's going to really just quantify where you want to drive it. If I was telling you in a technical term, driving it on a street at any point in time in your neighborhood, down the road to Starbucks.
The minute it hits asphalt.
Correct. You need a registered vehicle. The Department of Transportation has that in place with the DMV that your golf cart needs to be street legal and registered. That would be an LSV. Now there are golf carts that will have some parameters that have proximity
to a golf course.
Yeah, so if you are, you know, within a certain proximity to a golf course, it's set up for golfing, mm-hmm, or if you're in a private community, there's going to be different variations. A golf cart does not need to be registered if it is an off-road vehicle. You don't need a license plate if you're in the back of your 20-acre ranch. I have these conversations, we both have these conversations with customers. They said, I'm taking this to my ranch, mm-hmm, in the middle of nowhere. I want to buy that golf cart that has street legal perks on it, but I don't want to register it. Well, then we are going to write it up as a golf cart. You purchased a golf cart that's off-highway use.
Burden is on the customer to know what they're buying. We will consult with them. We will instruct them on what needs to be done. But if they're like, hey, I don't want to register it, I can't hold their feet to the fire. Okay. They're buying a cart that is registered as an off-highway use.
So most farmers will already know whether or not it needs an orange triangle.
I mean, most customers, I mean, I would hope from the ones we've communicated with will inquire that they go, hey, I'm taking this to my property out in Tehachapi. I don't want to register it because I'm just going to cruise it around my property, right, or my dad wants to use it on the ranch. Perfect. Got the one for you.
And that brings us to the Visioneer game. Now, Visioneers, if you're not familiar with the way the game works, I have a random word generator here on my phone. I have no idea what the words the random generator is going to create, but more importantly, neither does our guests. And our guests have to take each of 3 words that I give them and somehow associate each of 3 words with their business. Now, you two do realize that the fate of the entire golf cart industry is based upon your ability to get these 3 words correct. Because if you get one of them wrong, the whole golf cart community is doomed for failure.
Got it.
All right,
I'm
so
ready.
there's no pressure.
We're
no
competitors.
You're competitors, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. All right, so your first word is cereal, as in the kind that you eat.
So cereal will have every color of the rainbow, just like our golf cart dealership.
Nice, 1 for 1. We're on the road to success. Okay. Your second word is filter.
We sell electric golf carts. They don't have oil filters.
Yeah.
Nice, there you go.
Yeah.
2 for 2.
Boom.
Okay, now, the third word. It all comes down to this. If you get this word wrong, it's utter devastation. Are you ready?
Yep.
Occupy.
We have golf carts that occupy 2 people, 4 people, and 6 people. And even if you want to get crazy, we can do 8 people as well.
Very good, both of you. Congratulations. The world of golf carts is safe at last.
it.
Well done.
Yeah, we made it.
We did.
Yes.
Well, and part of your growth and development in the golf cart business, tell me the story about the first truckload you guys got, because this is hysterical, because I can't believe you got the customer you got.
To me, it was
can't
such,
believe it
it was
either,
it
but,
was such.
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
It's a God thing.
It's definitely a God thing. We're men of faith. We try to run our business in that light. Taking a leap in business for anybody watching is not for the faint of heart. Like, it is not an easy road. Don't let anybody's success deter you from what they actually had to go through to get there. So we have ordered over, probably now to this date, 200, 300 truckloads of carts.
And how many are in the truckload?
Between 8 and 10.
10
So-
times 200 is...
It's a few.
It's a few.
It's a
I
few.
take my shoes off. Yeah.
So
couple.
the story that goes with this one is that first truckload. It was 10 carts. We're going to go for it. We're going to buy 10 carts. And back then, as a new dealership, to start a business, you had to
risk.
purchase them
Yeah.
outright. There was no
There's
dealer
no leasing,
financing.
no
There's no
financing.
nothing
Okay.
like that for dealers.
It's cash.
Cash to secure your location. So this is at a point where I had to go and get a loan. You know, this was an awesome story because this was on a Sunday at 5:30 in the afternoon. Nobody's at work at 5:30 in the afternoon. We're not at work on Sundays. This just happened to be the truck driver calling. And it was an exciting time for myself and my family because this was like the first, like, okay, we're doing it, we're going for it, and truckload comes in, and like we talked about the dealership, it was literally in the middle of a dirt lot,
Right.
and in the middle of kind of nowhere. No one should be coming in, especially on a Sunday, to this location. In comes the truckload of 10 carts. We're excited. We have our phones out. My mom and my sisters and all the families there. We're all like recording, like, look at this, and we're doing it. Right behind the truck, in pulls this, I'll never forget, it was like a gold Yukon. And I just was kind of caught off guard because I had the forklift ready. We're gonna unload these carts, and here comes a cart right behind it. And I go, hey, how are you guys doing? How's everything? You know, like, we're great. We saw these golf carts, this truck, on the freeway, which is just the exit alone to our dealership was probably 3 miles away.
Wow.
So not only did they have to follow it down a side road to get to us, they were following it on the freeway. And the gentleman said, I did not know where this truck was going to stop. And again, this is a leap of faith. We're trusting that this is going to be our future, and we trust that, okay, we're going for it. This truck, this Yukon pulls in, and they go, I don't know where this was going. We saw it on the freeway. We followed it for miles, and we were going to follow it until it stopped because we want to buy that cart right there. And that was a story that I'll never forget. It's never happened since. But that was
You see a truckload coming, I mean,
yeah,
by
I
all
mean,
means, follow it.
Follow it in. But it was super cool because it was like that moment, like, okay, God, like, we hear you, we see you, that you're working in this place, and that we're abiding in what you have designed for us. And that was cool because we had all 10 of those carts sold by Tuesday.
From a Sunday.
From a Sunday to Tuesday, and we were ordering more carts, and we were like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. And yeah, that was probably the coolest by far.
And that brings us to our second Visioneer question, which is brought to you by Mike Saba, a Zillow Premier Agent with Watson Realty, selling Bakersfield homes since 1992. Give Mike Saba a call at 661-203-8406 or reach him at mikesaba1@icloud.com today. And you got your first house.
I bought my first house from Mike Saba. And great agent. This is not advertised, Mike. I've never met you before, but you know,
He'll take the credit.
He did the job. We bought the house, and that was back in 2016. So.
And this question is from Michael, who asks, our presence on social media isn't hitting home with our customers. What are you doing with your social media to resonate with your audience?
Well, I think for me, it is a unique format for promoting your business. Our social media is authenticity at its finest. So I think that's the best way to go about it. I'm no social media expert by any means. I don't know when to post. I don't know algorithms. I don't know anything
Going
like
back
that.
to team, we have a team that...
that's on your resume. You better have a social media, or your interview. You better be able to be on camera for social media. I'm just kidding, but not kidding. It's the authenticity of our brand. I mean, JM Precision Golf Carts. A golf cart is fun. It's a family-oriented vehicle, in my opinion. And what we can do with the golf cart, with the music and the lights, and just our team atmosphere, you know, our guys are game, you know, and I think that when we are posting on our social media, we want to give content that will obviously engage with customers who might be interested in a golf cart, but are also not just buying from a robot.
Right.
You know, we are people. This is a family-owned business.
A family-owned business that's got a basket of wigs in the back, right?
Yeah,
we do, yeah. So
you know,
we don't rob banks.
You know,
it's not bank robbing. This is going to be a short. I guarantee it's going to.
Hey, I'm not worried about it. It'll be on social media soon. I know it, but everyone asks. They go, I have to ask you, what's the bag of wigs?
Yeah, everyone asks.
Follow my social media, and then you'll find out.
Yeah.
But no, it's a lot of fun, and for us, it gives an insight to who we are. Like I said, family-owned business, who is with each other more than our own immediate family. So if you came to work every day in an environment, let's have fun. You know, like, work's hard enough already. We already have our own stresses in our worlds that we can just, you know, obsess over. So we do our best in times where we have the availability to have fun and to play and to engage with, you know, music and dance videos. And again, it invites people in that would like to see our content. You don't have to always have dance videos and singing, you know, but be authentic is my main point here, is to who you are and what your brand is, and give them an insight also what it is that you can provide for them.
For the business owner that has a very niche business and they are the only one in that niche business, why do social media at all?
It comes down to brand awareness.
You would be baffled at the amount of customers that we interact with on a daily basis that have never heard of us, that live in our backyard. We just did a boat and RV show a couple weeks ago, and the amount of customers that bought a golf cart that have never heard of us, that live 5 miles from our dealership,
scary,
is just another reason of why we have to continue to push the content, and why we have to continue to do charity events, do outreach events, do certain things that, to your question, why do it if we're the only one? Well, you still have to push that brand in that customer's mind. They might not think they ever want a golf cart until they see an ad that was like, wow, I love that. That looks fun. Babe, let's go buy a golf cart.
Right.
They could have not been in the market for the rest of their life, but then they see that one thing that's like, man, that is a great point. We shouldn't be driving our car to the mailbox. Let's go get a golf cart.
Well, I'm gonna bring it back to also some of the things that I learned and he learned probably in our sports background. There's always someone coming behind you. Every June in baseball, there was a new MLB draft. So you were the first round pick last year, but guess what? Now you're not. And there's always someone coming. There's always someone coming for your job. There's always, and that's maybe it's a mindset that I work under. Like, I'm always going to be staying focused and driven to take one step forward daily. I don't want to be content and live in a space where I'm just content. I want to be better every day. And that's better for us as a team, that's better for myself, that's better for our customers. And I think that, you know, if you find those avenues where you are making those local appearances, you're going to be able to be a part of your community, you're branding your name in a positive light consistently, that is where the focus is, and worth it. It's worth the extra muscle to push forward and to try something different that's out of your comfort zone.
It's no secret that there's a lot of business owners right now that are struggling.
For sure.
What do you two say to the business owner that's having a rough time, and let them know that not all hope is lost?
We go through trials. We're not immune to those trials in business. You know, we will have to pivot on certain things. We have issues that arise. We have the highs, we have the lows. So anybody that's watching, like, just have to understand that you have to be able to see the image in front of you, call it as it is. If it's a struggling situation, you got to find the positive in the negative. Because if we live in a space of dwelling in the negative, then it's typically going to be an anchor that takes you down with it.
For you business owner that the check just bounced, like, I feel for that. My push to you would be, this too shall pass. Economic times are cyclical. If you are struggling because of those constraints, look forward. Try to get past tomorrow. Try to get past today. Just keep on grinding. Keep pursuing the ultimate goal, and ultimately it's going to be having that faith rooted to get to that goal.
Jared, Mason, thank you for joining us here on Small Business Celebration.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
And for Visioneers who want to get in touch with you, how do they do that?
I would say we have a lot of different channels to reach us at. You know, obviously social media we discussed. You know, we have our Instagram, TikTok, Facebook pages. We have our website is www.jmprecisongolfcarts.com.
Golf carts.
Golf carts.
Golf carts, plural.
Plural. Golfcarts.com.
They're not cars. Some people call them golf cars.
I know. And that'll be a discussion for another story. Because, yeah, there's some people that call them golf cars. But
Yeah.
And where are we?
3154 Landco Drive, Suite A. You can't miss us. We got 30 carts parked out front every day. If you're driving down Landco, right on the east side of the road, you'll see us.
Phone number?
661-489-7600. You can reach us Monday through Friday. We're open on Saturdays as well from 10 to 2.
And after a brief message from Planned Exits, we're going to be talking about how a note determines the value of your worth.
Thank you, Michael. Through my professional certifications with EPI, BEI, and Value Builders, I am networked with business brokers and M&A advisors throughout the country and even throughout the world. If I'm not a good fit for you, I probably can put you in touch with somebody who is. Please visit my website at plannedexits.com.
A note determines the value of your worth. I enjoy reading a good biography. I especially like biographies about people that have overcome something internally, something that they've had to develop and grow in order to become a success in their avenue of life. And one of the things that I have learned over the years is that a lot of successful people write note cards, postcards. And yes, in this digital age, people don't do that so much anymore, so that when you do get one in the mail, it's pretty special. And I've been doing this for some time now. I've got cards that, is this, making the Snoopy kind of an idea of a card. If I'm sending a card to somebody more manly, I have something more avant-garde, as it were. Or, if I know the person a little bit better or just feel goofy that day, I've got this card here that's, dogs and cats being silly. But the important part is that it's blank inside. I have to go through and I have to write something personally. And yeah, my handwriting is not as legible as it could be, but it's the idea that you're sending a card to somebody. You're taking a moment to thank them. And I was doing this for a very long time and I never got anything back, but I knew this was a good habit, and I would get into conversations more readily with people I'd sent cards to, so I felt I was getting something back. And then one day I was having a really rough day. It just things were not going well. The advertisers I wasn't able to get enough advertising. I wasn't able to get guests lined up. And then I got a postcard of my own. Came from Visioneer Genie, who said, "I really enjoy watching your show. I love the questions you ask and how you present the guests as someone everyone should know. Plus, the weekly kernel of information that helps me grow my business, that also helps. Plus, I also enjoy the inspiration that you give every week to keep going. A note that determines the value of your worth." I hope you enjoyed our conversation this week here on Small Business Celebration, and I hope you learned something that you can use today to grow a strong and profitable business. And we'll see you here again next week when we celebrate another small business making a big breakthrough.
The easiest way to wreck a golf cart is to run into a pole. See it all the time. Customer comes in with a crushed bumper. What happened? Oh, well, I looked down at my phone and I hit the telephone pole.
When I played for the Dodgers, one of my favorite memories was my first year. I was a young left-handed pitcher, finished my game during spring training on the minor league side. Tommy Lasorda, the famous, rest in peace, Tommy Lasorda, he's leaning up against the fence, and if anybody who ever knows Tommy or has ever heard about Tommy, this guy calls every left-handed pitcher lefty. Doesn't know your name, but you're lefty, so you're lefty. He goes, "Hey lefty, get over here." Of course, I'm running over there to the fence. "How's it going, Skip?" He goes, "You want good luck?" I said, "Yes, I do." He goes, "You see that World Series ring right there?" He goes, "Kiss it for good luck." I didn't even hesitate. I grabbed that big old fat Italian finger and mwah, I kissed that finger with that World Series ring on it, and I'll tell that story till the day I die. So the farthest customer on a location that has ordered a golf cart from us will absolutely be the one we just sent out to Puerto Rico. From Bakersfield to Puerto Rico, we teamed up with our manufacturer out in Tampa, and they helped us get that thing across the water. But you know what? It was definitely, that's our longest one for sure to date. Okay, so the craziest accessory that we've ever put on a golf cart would be a cow inseminator on the back of a golf cart for a dairy. To me, that was like, excuse me, what do you want us to put on your golf cart for you? So we had to wire loom and put plugs in for everything so he can have an inseminator for his dairy. So to me, that was a bit of a random, speaker bar, normal custom upholstery. No, I need an inseminator. Excuse me? That's where I was a little caught off guard, but I said we can do it.
Craziest golf cart story. We were designing a golf cart for Burning Man, that thing way out in the desert, and it was a Care Bear, a 40 foot in the air Care Bear golf cart.
Yes, legit wanted us to put a mattress, bed,
Yep.
had a Care Bear. He wanted a DJ booth, and he wanted spotlights to go through the inside of the bear so the bear was glowing at night. Best customization ever, a cart that we did with completely the same specs as his boat. Speedboat, very nice, custom upholstery, beautiful. White boat, bought a white golf cart. He wants my seats to look just like that. Took a photo of it. We went through the fabric that we have here. He came in, we sent that to our custom seat guy, and he matched them to the T. That cart went out with custom seats. It had the custom stereo system, the rims, tires. He is taking his now golf cart down to the dock, parking it at the dock next to his boat, and now he's set up. The one thing that you never put on a golf cart will be NOS.
Nitrous oxide?
Because the golf carts are just barely 1,000 pounds, so I had imagined that thing would take off into the universe, and you don't want to do that on a golf cart, trust me.